भारत में 2500 वर्षों से बौद्ध धर्म का वजूद है और देश के हर कोने में बौद्ध परंपरा और संस्कृति फल फूल रही है। लेकिन भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार नोबल विजडम यानी शराब संगपो के नाम से शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो भारत की बौद्ध परंपरा और बौद्ध धर्मावलंबियों की ताकत को उजागर करता है। इसी मकसद से पेश है एक और एपिसोड। कार्यक्रम में अगले कुछ दिनों तक आप जानकारी पाएंगे हिमालय क्षेत्र की बेजोड़ पारंपरिक चिकित्सा पद्धति सोआ रिगपा के बारे में।
When the mother is pregnant, now the second stage is to take care of both the mother and the child. Child's quality of the health depends on the mother. And in this case, it's not just feeding good food, but the mother needs peace in both of her mind and body. Especially in Tibetan medicine, mother's mind is very, very important in this stage of pregnancy. Because when mother has some problems with, you can say, with mind, I mean some kind of mental torture or depression or any troublesome, that can definitely influence child's nature or the quality of child's health. In the same way, if the mother is living with a very poor food or physical level, that's what we call something wrong with the food and the lifestyle, that can definitely affect the child's, you can say, body as well as child's mind. So very important to know these things. And one most exceptional way of thinking in Tibetan medicine is during the course of, you can say, meeting with the parents, it is said that it's very important for the mother and also the father to imagine, like positive thinkings. And also if they could see a picture of a very kind person, or you can say a very, you can say, loving person in nature, or you can see a person who is really loved by the society, or even you can, if you want a very handsome child, you can look at a picture of a very handsome, like a male or very beautiful. These things of imagination can definitely influence the child's, you can say, figure. And also sometimes, like seeing the pictures of, you can say, even like colors can also, you can say, influence the child's complexion. So during the course of, meeting with parents and like the sensory organs in a positive way of, like positive in perception can definitely help the child very much.
कैसे दूर हो आपके जीवन की मुश्किलें, कैसे सवरे आपका करियर, कैसे सफल हो आपका हर काम, क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे, जानिए सटीक होने वाली बौद्ध भविष्यवाणियां।
Namaskar, Teshtelek. I'm Tenzin Jimba, an astrologer from Mansikhan. The following are the daily predictions for the month of October based on Buddhist astrology. 16 October, Saturday, 9th day of 9 lunar month. The element combination of the day is Earth-Earth. It is very auspicious combination which leads to accomplishment and fulfillment of your wishes. Therefore, a good day for prayer flags, construction and real estate business. The day is also favorable for engineer, artist and creative persons. But you should avoid Lomje and Sheku, which means that doing prayers to observe the 49th day and 1 year anniversary of the dead person should be avoided. 17 October Sunday, 10th day of 9 lunar month. The element combination of the day is earth fire. This combination of element will bring you burning effect, leads to suffering and uncomfort in your life. Social workers and people holding high posts need to be more careful on this day. Only bad and immoral activities like defeating enemies and adversaries will be effective. Of course, not a good day for raising prayer flags and starting any kind of social work on this day. 18 October, Monday, 11th day of 9 lunar month. The element combination of the day is earth-water. It's a very good elemental combination which brings hope and leads to extreme happiness. So it's a good time to join for celebration, parties and games. But inviting guests at your home is not good because it might result in loss of your property. Hosting prayer flags will be fantastic today, but the whole day is not good for any kind of medical operations.
But the basic sort of element, 5 element, space, energy or movement, then heat, then liquid, then solid. These things basically same how develop Big Bang. Then gradually you see the change or multiply. All these same view. External things also ultimately 5 element, come from 5 element and eventually dissolve space. So then Buddhist, the sentient being, as I mentioned earlier, the life without consciousness, the life with consciousness. Now there, on top of 5 element, consciousness add, include consciousness. So 6 elements, like that. So otherwise, you see, they very similar. The Darwinian theory and the modern sort of what's the cosmologist explanation, very similar. Then the neurobiology. Again, you see, yesterday briefly mentioned. There also you see the Buddhist, including Tantrayana, some explanation about the body structures and including this subtle energy. Sometimes we call air, but not just the common sense, but something moving. So that I think maybe more cells, energy.
So, but what we usually call as the air, or what you breathe in and out, so that in a strict sense we can call it energy rather than air.
Energy. So even mind is moving with due to its own energy, like that. There is what's the common interest, common sort of ground discussed with scientists about is a brain specialist or neuron and gene where because GM knows genome. Very interesting. There are sort of what's the precise sort of knowledge and through investigation. So immense help to us to learn like that. Then again yesterday we discussed this subatomic, the quarks, and then quantum physics, these things. Again the common ground investigation. Then psychology, Buddhist psychology, much advanced. So therefore, interest among scientists last 30 years, because of the year by year increasing. Whereas we, Tibetan Buddhist sort of the student side, initially my own personal curiosity, I start that. Now eventually interest among our monastic institution now growing about science. So therefore, now I think 6-7 years, since 6-7 years, we already carry some program, selected monk student study science. Now long-term plan with help of Emory University in Atlanta, so already now translated the basic science courses, 5 years of courses already translated into Tibetan. So we already have this material. Now we are thinking the science course should include in our curriculum in those monastic institutions. These monastic institutions typically is a follower of Nalanda. They are keeping Nalanda tradition, like that. So that's how this is our development, close work, science, modern science, and Buddhist tradition, like that. That I wanted to share with you. Then another thing, perhaps, whether you interest, I mean, at this moment, whether you have interest or not, I want to tell you something. So that is last 51 years here in this country, and also have the opportunity to visit different part of the world, and also from time to time sort of also the heard or hearing heard the conflict. Although I think the now 21st century, I think compare 20th century, I think the overall picture much better, much safer. Till later part of 20th century, the real threat of nuclear holocaust there. Few occasions I visited the West Germans border. So sometimes when I spent one night in this area, a little fear. If something happened, from India come that place to wait nuclear bomb like that. So that kind of situation now completely changed. So overall picture, the world much safer, much better. So of course pockets here and there, some violence still there. Then of course you see the terrorist, or danger of terrorist is invisible sort of force, difficult. Large scale of sort of military sort of forces. It's clear target. So you can use because of the forceful, because of the weapons. But invisible, difficult, isn't it? So in any way, and I think the whole world, the word peace, everywhere, peace, world peace, world peace. I think people generally really fed up about violence, about bloodshed. That's clear. In early part of 20th century, or till early part of 20th century, when nation declare war, every citizen proudly joined mobilization of the war. Since Vietnam War, now that kind of situation no longer there. When you see the nation declare, people put big question, why? So actually, just before Iraqi crisis, millions of people come out opposing violence from Australia up to Washington, like that. These are clear indications. The desire, peace is very, very strong.